hear me. We also want someone who is who can be our companion. And when I'm talking about companion, sometimes, when we talk about the levels of intimacy, we can be intimacy in our friendships, intimate in our friendship, intimate in our faith or spirituality, intimate emotionally, intimate physically, different types of intimate. It doesn't have to be that it's all about the sexual part. That's what because sometimes women don't want sex. I just want you to be there.
If you find a guy who does all these things, you are going to submit.
No, I'll submit. Vizuri sana.
Now listen to this conditional submission. Why do women do this conditional submission nonsense? Like, I don't understand. Submission is not conditional. Submission is something you come with. Let's flip it. And a man just comes and says, you know what? Me, I'm not providing for you if you don't submit. And then the woman says, me, I won't submit to you if you don't provide. So we are at a stalemate. What is your duty? Your duty as a wife is to submit. There are no two ways about it. Especially if you are a faith woman. Let me say this. If you want a marriage, domestic partners, you do what you want. These situationships, whatever ships, these things you have, the new age things, do what you want. But if you want a marriage, a woman comes with submission, the man comes with protection, provision, leadership. Of course, procreation is for both. A man has to come with provision, protection. That he has to come with that. That's what he brings on the table. I will protect you. I will provide for you. And the woman, the first thing she brings, I will submit to you. And what does submission mean? Submission means I will accept your authority over me. You are the head of this family. You are the CEO of this family. I will accept that authority. Men, do not be with a woman who gives you conditional submission. Then women, if this is what you require for you to submit, then you don't come putting that on the table. You need first to know that this man is a provider and a protector. So that you don't come saying if you provide and protect. That's not a conversation we are supposed to be having. Men vet you when they want to marry you. You as a woman also are vetting the man when you want to marry him. So do your part. Don't come bringing your koso when you are already married. It's when now you are bringing this nonsense. Before uko. Mimi kama una pesa, I won't submit. That's not even submission. That's not submission.
Alafu pesa ikuwe hapo kwa picture. Hiyo haiwezi kosekana.
Baba hii list ni brefu. Ako na pesa, ako na tarimbo.
Money is key. That one I will not lie. We are starting a life. We have bills to pay. To men and women. Men, if a woman says money is important, that does not translate that she is a gold digger. That just means that she is practical. If you can't take care of you, if you can't pay your own bills, why do you want to add another human being? Wachana nayo. Si lazima uoe. Take your time, build yourself up. But that does not also mean that you wait until you're a millionaire for you to marry. If you wait until now you have a lot of money, then you have problems, believing that a woman wants you for you. Because now you have something else that can be taken to be of greater value than you. And that is your money. Don't put yourself in a position where now you're wondering, does she love me for me? Or does she love me for money? Just have enough. When you have enough, when you've had enough for you, and you have a little bit left over, you see, now this one can provide for an extra mouth to feed, no problem. You can get that. Now you get her when haujaenda sana kipesa. And then now you build together. At least now then, you know that she's not there for the money. But then when you're building together, now be ready for mindo nilikujenga. That's something which you will. I found you with nothing, and I am the one who was here all this time. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have blah, blah, blah. Be ready for that. Women are like that. But money is important. A guy, if a woman tells you money is not important to her, she's lying. That is a liar. And she'd say, I want character, blah, blah. Character will not feed you. That's something they just say. Some women just say things. I don't know where they get this idiocy from. They just say things.
Anafanya upige nduru kila usiku.
Alafu ni mtu adventurous and excitement. We want a man with a sense of humor also.
Na mnaenda ziplining na anakuchekesha.
Acha nichekeshe. Mambo ya kukana mtu. I can't. But if you're not into laughing, it's understandable. Then you can go ahead and get your moody man.
Yeah. Humor is important. But also the woman also has to have a sense of humor. You can't be cracking jokes and she's not getting it. There are things which are funny to men, which women are like, why the hell are you even laughing? How can you find this fun? It's funny. Sometimes we laugh because especially if your man has a dark sense of humor. He will be laughing at things which you look at him and you're wondering, is he a demon? But that's what cracks his bones. So that's the kind of humor he will be giving you. And you'll be there like clutching your pulse, being horrified. Have a sense of humor. Find a man who is compatible with you, especially to women. Because remember, he'll be the head of the house. So what he says goes. What do I mean by this? A man being the head means that he's the one who makes the final decision. If you are at a stalemate, when you live with the person long enough, she can help you think. Then you find yourself consulting her more and more. Because I tried this with you, I found that you have a good idea, you have a good sense of how things work. So what do we do about this? How can we go about this? How can we work through this problem? Then you give ideas. But you're there to give ideas, not to make the decision. The decision is his. Him picking your prescription is because it is the one that works the best. But at the end of the day, he's the one who is picking. So if he does not pick your prescription, that does not mean he does not respect you. It just means that he thinks his idea is better. You know why he's the head of the family? It's because if the idea does not work, whether you are the one who suggested or he's the one who came up with it, he's still the one to take responsibility for the blowback of that decision. For the consequences of that decision. He will be the one who will take the consequences. He will face the consequences. He will take responsibility for that result of that decision. Because yes, you advised, but he was the one to make the decision. And that also works for men who do not want to make decisions in their family. If something goes wrong, we don't care who gave you the idea. You are the one who implemented the idea. You are the one who signed off on the idea. Okay, we've seen what Kenyan women want from the men. So if you want, you can subscribe to the channel. If not,
You're a bitch.